What's up, guys? It's Meow. I'm back with another video, and I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video yet, but it's going to go something along the lines of a Patriots fan talks about the rest of the 2020 season, because that's basically what this is. So let's just go ahead and get on with it. So Pats lost today against the Texans, 27-20, which puts us at a 4-6 record, third in the AFC East, which feels weird considering all the success that we've had the last 2 decades. But it was bound to happen. Um, I might sound facetious when I ask this question, but as a Patriots fan, would I want the Pats to win and get in the playoffs, or no? And I don't mean not win at all, but I mean not make the playoffs. Um, Honestly, it's a tough question considering again the success that the Pats have had. But look at the rest of the schedule for starters. Okay, next week we get to take on the Cardinals at home. All right. This is not the Cardinals of old. Kyler Murray has been something else out there. They had that wild game against the Dolphins. The Cardinals are in a dogfight for the NFC West between them, the Rams, and the Seahawks. And if any of them slip, the Niners could get right back in it. So that's going to be a tough game. Week 13, we have to go to face the Chargers. If Justin Herbert can play the way that he's been playing for a lot of the season, and the Chargers can actually hold a lead and get the job done, then they're gonna win that game. They almost gave it up against the winless Jets today, but the Chargers got it done. At the same time, the Pats could just as easily win. Week 14, we have to go on the road and face the Rams. Again, the Rams, they're in the dogfight right now. Every game matters for them in the NFC West. Week 15, we have to go on the road to face the Dolphins, and it's late in the season against Miami. What the fuck are you going to expect? Expect the unexpected, I guess. I don't know. Crazier shit has happened. We've seen that. Week 16, we get Buffalo at home. Buffalo, I think, is going to win this division unless they fall off and Miami goes on another winning streak. Or if both teams fall off and the Pats just play out of their minds. But I don't foresee that happening, unfortunately. And then week 17, we go up against the Jets. Who knows if they're going to have a win by then? I don't know. But you look at the rest of the schedule. All right. Cardinals and Rams, those games are must wins for the Cardinals and the Rams because of how tight the NFC West is right now. Granted, outside of them, that's the only competitive division. The Bears have fallen off. The NFC East sucks. And the only other division that has a team challenging the number one team in the division is the South between the Saints and the Buccaneers. You know, maybe you can get the Panthers in there, but who knows? So realistically, we're probably going to see all three, three out of the four NFC West teams in the playoffs this year, assuming something doesn't happen, with one of them or two of them for that matter. And if, the Vikings or the Bears come out of nowhere in the North, like if the Bears can get their shit together or the Vikings can get their shit together or whatever. Um, Again, must wins for the Cardinals and Rams if you want to stay, right there with each other and with the Seahawks in the division. Buffalo and Miami. Buffalo's obviously they're looking to win the division, and I think Miami's just is they're on the cusp right now of the playoffs, like they're fighting for it. Pittsburgh and Kansas City, I think, are locks. Realistically, you've got Buffalo, Indy, Tennessee, Cleveland, the Raiders, and then the Dolphins and the Ravens. That's 7 teams battling for 5 spots in the playoffs. Uh, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen there? Anything can happen, honestly, at this point. Um, and then, of course, the Chargers and Jets, both of which I mean, if the Cardinals can win, or excuse me, if the Chargers can win every game the rest of the season and some other crazy shenanigans happen, the Chargers could possibly make the playoffs. But the thing is like they would be in playoff contention right now if not for the fact that that team has blown so many leads. And it's not Justin Herbert's fault. Herbert's been playing out of his mind, and the rest of the Chargers team, or more so the defense, it feels like just has not been able to get it done. Yes, in Herbert's first game, which he was not anticipating getting to play in, week 2 against the Chiefs, they had the lead. They ended up going to OT. Chiefs win. It happens. Mahomes did Mahomes things. But the Saints game, the Bucks game, there are a few games that the Chargers played this year, and today against the Jets was no exception because the Jets were somehow in this game at the end, and the Chargers were able to get it done. But they should have whooped the Jets' ass today. Um, Honestly, I don't know what to expect with the Patriots because it feels like this team. There are some days where they're really good. There are some days where they're just decent. And then there's days like, against the 49ers a couple weeks ago where they're just atrocious. You don't know what Patriots team to expect on a week in, week out basis. And that's just been the tale of the season. Like, we got off to a hot start and then we got our asses knocked back down to earth. And it's tough to say that I don't see this team making the playoffs because we've had so much success, but this is not the same team that we've had all that success with. Brady's not here. A lot of the defense is gone either to opt outs because COVID or, or injured or they were gone in free agency this past offseason. The way I see it is I don't see the Patriots making the playoffs unless if they can beat either the Cardinals or the Rams or both. If they can beat the Bills and the Dolphins, then maybe they have a shot. But you would have to see teams like the Raiders fall off. Either Tennessee or Indy would have to fall off just enough. I mean, Cleveland could very well do Cleveland things, obviously. Not to mention, again, you have the Dolphins and the Ravens who are on the outside looking in, but they're right there. Both of those teams and the Raiders being 6-4, all three are basically tied for that 7th spot. So a lot of things would need to happen the next several weeks for the Pats to get in. Um, they're still in the hunt right now, but I think they're the farthest team out when it comes to being in the hunt. I mean, Denver's also 4-6, but do you really think Denver's gonna make? Do you really think Denver's gonna make it? I honestly don't. I hate to say that. So if Brandon Perna from That's Good Sports is watching this, I hate to say that, man, but I don't think Denver's gonna do it unless you prove me wrong. Go ahead. But as far as the Patriots go, I'm just not sure. Like I just don't know. Like this Patriots team, this Patriots team could turn it on and kick ass and make the playoffs like they have for the last several years. Um, You know, if a long shot happens that Buffalo and Miami fall off, then New England could somehow pull a division win out of their ass, which would be shocking. But I just don't see it. I got to look at this from a realistic standpoint. I'm not saying the Patriots should tank the rest of the season away either. You know, I'm not saying that whatsoever. What I'm saying here is between week 12 and week 17, that's 6 games we got to play. I think out of them, between the Rams, the Cardinals, well, Cardinals first, obviously, the Chargers, the Jets, the Dolphins, and Bills, realistically, I can only see maybe, at least 2, maybe 3 wins out of that if things go right. So I think the most realistic view in terms of the Pats season, as in terms of where they'll finish record wise, I think they're gonna finish probably 6-10, 7-9. It feels weird to say that, but um, so be it. That's just how it is right now. And then going into the offseason, who knows? I mean, it'll be the first time in a long time where we'll have as high of a draft position as we will have. Um, who knows if Trevor Lawrence decides to go in this draft? Obviously, he'll go near the top, but with that, the Jets have Sam Darnold. Realistically, their problem is they need to get rid of Adam Gase, and if they don't do that, then Darnold's going to want to fuck off elsewhere, and Trevor Lawrence is not going to want to go to New York because again, they already have Darnold. What do you need Lawrence for? Darnold is a good quarterback, but he is getting beaten to shit over there. What do you do? I mean, it's like if the Pats were in the NFC East, this would be a whole other discussion. We would be dominating the division because that division fucking sucks. I mean, all four teams are under 500. The Eagles are leading the division at 3-6-1, even after they lost to the Browns today. The Giants are 3-7. The freaking football team is 3-7, and the Cowboys are 3-7. That's just the dryer. What the fuck is going on in the NFC East? What the fuck? I mean, you might as well just put either us, Baltimore, Miami, or Vegas in the NFC playoffs to make up for the NFC East team that gets to be there because the NFC East does not deserve to go to the playoffs this year. I'm sorry. But what the flying fuck? But anyway, that being said, in terms of the Patriots season, it's been an up and down ride all year long, and I don't know where we really go from here. I have hope for this team, but I also have to look at it realistically, and I'm gonna say that I don't see the Patriots making the playoffs. And realistically, I think it just, we'll see what happens. Do we bring Newton back? What about Stidham? What about the defense? Um, how many more guys are gonna, leave in the off season because they just don't get re-signed, which is another thing that's annoying. Um, like why? It feels like we've let go of a lot of guys the last couple of years. I mean, hell, look at Miami. They are where they are right now because they've gotten some of our guys off of our defense. Kyle Van Noy being the biggest example via free agency. We let go of Trey Flowers. We let go of Nate Solder. We've let go of several other guys, and Brady being the biggest example, of course. Although honestly, when you look at that situation, I hate to say it, but I think that was a long time coming. Um, and probably as far back as when Garoppolo got traded. So yeah, like yeah, that's really all I have to say at this point. As a Pats fan, it's like it hurts, but you come to expect it. Like if you're a Patriots fan and you have hope that this team will make the playoffs, I can't blame you. But at the same time, you got to look at it from a realistic standpoint. You got to think, okay, I know this team can possibly make it, but will they? And I just don't see it. Now, if we get to week 15, 16, 17, and this Patriots team is in the playoffs or they're right there battling for a spot, then this video is just going to be a footnote and they will have proven me wrong. But until they do, um, I just don't see it. So, with that all being said, thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Also, this is my 1 year anniversary of getting to 1,000 followers on my Twitter account. So, thank you all. Never thought I'd even reach 10 followers, to be honest. So, thank you all for that. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.